I'm Felix Wu, Professor of Electric Engineering at the University of Hong Kong. Here, my group and I are trying to create a smart electric grid of the future. Because the problem of climate change, we have to introduce renewable energy resources to replace the traditional fossil fuel generators. And we see the grid of the future will be very different from what we have today. In the future, you have thousands of windmills, solar generators, and you have consumers' participation, smart appliances in smart homes, and all these devices will have embedded sensors. And the data collected will be processed to become information. And then we have such a complex system, we need to employ the latest advancement in information and communication technology to manage and control this system. And this is what people call smart grid. And for all of that, it's a future system. We don't have a system to do the experiment on. So we need to build a simulation laboratory to simulate the operation of the future grid. The uniqueness of our simulation lab is that it's a combination of computer simulation with physical simulation. So part of the system we use computer in silicon simulation. Part of the system we use real devices. In this simulation laboratory, we can simulate different wind turbines, different wind conditions, different solar conditions, different solar panels. We can test, we can study the impact on the grid. Right now, we have only very limited energy storage capability on the grid. We want to manage the system so that when the wind is blowing more, we use more. When the wind is blowing less, we try to use less. And if we have storage, we will use as much storage for that management. So the system will become much more complex than what we have today. For a grid, we have to have a power balance at real time. We have to be prepared for the disturbances like lightning and the uncertain output from renewable energy, because it depends on whether the sun is shining, whether the wind is blowing. So we have to be prepared for that.
In our laboratory, this system is the first systematic self-healing system in the world.
This is a small generator.
Our objective is to restore all of the consumers as quickly as possible after outage.
We help to save energy by optimize energy consumption and optimize electricity generation, and hence we can reduce carbon emission.
Right now, people are saying, well, you cannot accommodate more than 20 or 30% of renewable generation in the grid. Our goal is we want to accommodate more than 50% renewable energy in the grid. So that's the savings in greenhouse gases. The result of the simulation is that we believe we can operate the system less conservatively than the traditional one. In other words, that will make our use of electricity more efficient. Yes, I think in that sense, it will change the way we live.